In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how Nintendo handled the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. And some of the missteps that I think happened along the way. We're also going to be looking at the 40th anniversary and speculating on what Nintendo might be doing with our favorite plumber. Before we jump into this, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So first up, in March of 2020, Nintendo planned on starting the anniversary for Super Mario Bros. On Mario Day, I assume. It was delayed because of COVID, and then ended up getting pushed until September 3rd of 2020 and ran until March 31st of 2021. Now, during that time, Nintendo released numerous Mario titles for the Switch. That included Paper Mario, The Origami King, Super Mario Bros. 35, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. It also included Super Mario 3D All-Stars and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. And don't forget, they released a Game & Watch handheld that contains Super Mario Bros. And a remix of the Game & Watch game, Ball. The first game I want to talk about is Super Mario Bros. 35. Now, this was a fantastic Mario Bros. Battle Royale. And albeit only 35 people, it was still a lot of fun. And there was still a lot of fun to be had with this. And then they pulled it off of the eShop in 2021. And that, honestly, was kind of a bummer. Like, for the online service that you're trying to move subscriptions, why take something away that took time to build? Like, granted, you may have gained a few more subs for that year, and I don't think people are necessarily canceling their subscription because of that. But with the time invested, why take it off the eShop? Are we going to see Super Mario Bros. 40, and they're going to do 40 players? They're going to add 5 more players? I'm not sure. Maybe that's the case, and maybe this is something we can start to expect year after year, but we'll talk more about that later. I just wish that they had left it on the eShop, and it is something that we could still go back to, especially when you stream games like I do, or you focus on playing games with community. You want to have as many games that allow as many players as possible. It's the reason Mario Kart is my #1 played game. I can have an unlimited number of viewers from my streams race with me at any given time. And that is the best possible scenario. When I do Mario Party Jamboree, I can only have up to 8 people, and I wish it was 20 for Koopathon. Hopefully at some point it does get patched and that it becomes a reality for us. But as of right now, the max is 8. So being able to have a game with 35 players where the games go relatively quick, and honestly, I really liked this game. It felt like a game I had trained my whole life for, and just to watch it get taken away after less than a year was really a bummer. It was really a bummer, and I hope it's something that they bring back and leave on the eShop, because yeah, we've seen games like Pac-Man 99 come and go. Tetris 99 is still there, and Mario's their biggest mascot. Who's not going to go and play this periodically? F-Zero 99 doing fantastic. Yeah, the player base has died off, but at least it's there and it's an option if we want to go play it in the future. And so I feel like it was a misstep taking Super Mario Bros. 35 off of the eShop, because it really was fantastic. The other game that also kind of bothered me that they removed it after a certain amount of time was Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, you could probably still walk into a retailer right now and pick up a copy of this game if you wanted to, but it's not available on the eShop at all. And I don't quite understand. I mean, I understand from the marketing perspective that you put scarcity out there. You say it's only going to be around for this time. You want to utilize FOMO to get people to open their wallet and purchase this. And I get it, but they're still on store shelves. And you would probably have people picking up the Switch even this Christmas that would want to play these games and possibly buy them digitally with one of the vouchers. And again, it's just not there. The games were completed, put out for a limited time, and then no longer available. Again, I understand the business side of it, the marketing side of it, but for a company like this, that I don't know that they need to use tactics like that. The fan base is here. We love these games. We're going to pick these games up. And if people are latecomers but want to be able to experience some of those games they enjoyed in their childhood, don't take these away. And I hope this isn't something that becomes a regular practice, because I don't think it's, for a company that's doing this well, I don't know that it's necessary. And so hopefully we won't see this anymore going forward, especially with the upcoming anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. Now, let's talk about what could happen with the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. In the past, we've seen games like Super Mario Maker, we've seen consoles. I have a Game Boy Advance from one of the anniversaries, the 25th anniversary. I have the collection of Super Mario All-Stars on the Wii. And so we've always seen like decent collections come out, and you know, they were fantastic. They've always been amazing. But this year in particular, not only do you have the Switch coming out, we have the rumors of the next Mario Kart being a release title. I have a feeling they're going to lean into March 10th, Mario Day, quite a bit with this anniversary, like they were planning on doing in March of 2020, pending no upcoming pandemic, which I don't think we're going to have. What are we going to see from Nintendo when it comes to Mario this year? Well, I think there are a few different options. First up, we are due for a 3D Mario. It has been almost 8 years since Odyssey released. And yeah, we've had, 3D World and Bowser's Fury come out, and Bowser's Fury was fantastic, don't get me wrong. But I think we're all ready for a new 3D Mario. And is this going to be the year that we see that happen? I think it's a very real possibility. I do believe that Nintendo is going to lean into sequels. If we have the Switch 2, I wonder if we'll see an Odyssey 2. I wonder if we'll see a Super Mario Wonder 2. And the other sequel that I think could very much be a possibility, especially since they stopped supporting it relatively quick, is Super Mario Maker 3. That may be around the corner as well, with the addition of the Wonder Flower and Wonder being part of the game. I think that would literally make Mario Maker 3 one of the must-own titles for the Switch 2 if this becomes a reality. Now, do we see Mario Maker 3 before we see a 3D Mario? I don't really know. And is there the possibility that we could see both of them in the same year? Of course, that's always a possibility. We saw the biggest Zelda game with Breath of the Wild and Odyssey come out in the same year, and sprinkled throughout that year was a bunch of amazing first-party games like Splatoon and Mario Kart, just to name a few. So it is a possibility that we could see, essentially a 2D Mario and a 3D Mario release during the 40th anniversary of Mario. At the same time, they're going to be pushing Mario Kart, we can all assume. And so where does that fit in? Also, what kind of products can we expect to come out with this anniversary of Super Mario Brothers? We had the Game & Watch with the 35th anniversary. What might we see this year? Do we see another Game & Watch? Did they do well enough for Nintendo? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Do we see another Super Mario Brothers 35? But is it Super Mario Brothers 40? And is it built around Super Mario World or Mario 3? I hope that we see not only a sequel to Super Mario Bros. 35, but like I said earlier, that it stays on the system and that they keep updating it. This to me is one of those games that, like, again, the community can have a great time with. And to be able to take those games that we love and turn them into something that is more community focused and has you playing them in different ways than you typically do, something similar to the way Nintendo World Championships works, I love this. I love it. I think it is such a great idea for Nintendo to lean into like the speed running side of things, or how can you use the stomping of Goombas to attack the other players? Like it was brilliant in my mind. Brilliant. Yes, not super long tail. Maybe again, not something that we're going to play for a really, really long period of time, but fun to pick up now and again and just see how well you can do. How many crowns can you get? All of those things. Give us leaderboards and things that motivate us to keep playing and keep grinding at these fun little mini games that don't take that long to play. And I know personally, I want to see more of that. So on top of, a couple of mainline games, Mario Kart, a 3D Mario, maybe Mario Maker 3, maybe Wonder 2, I don't know. Is there something else that we're going to see when it comes to this anniversary? More Lego sets. We got Mario Kart Lego coming out on the 1st of January, but are there going to be more Lego sets announced? Will we finally see Lego Mario minifigures? I hope so. I really, really want to see what Lego could do with Mario minifigs and being able to build things like Peach's Castle. I know we already have the NES with the cart, so I mean, that is technically a pretty good 40th anniversary Lego set, but there's more that they could do. There's more that they could do for sure. And we did just get the Mario and the Yoshi, so I understand that there are Mario Lego sets continually being released, but I think there's a window here for some very special sets to be announced. We've just seen an amazing set from The Legend of Zelda with the Deku Tree and the minifigs, and it's time for the Mario Brothers series to get something similar. So, as we wrap this thing up, what do you hope we see from the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers with Nintendo? Do you think they really go all out this year and everything that we see from them is very Mario focused? And is it something that we see stick with them for the life of the system? We got to remember, games like Mario Kart have continued selling and been in the top 10 since they came out 8 years ago, almost 8 years ago. And so I believe Nintendo dropping some of these big staples early will only continue to sell during the life cycle of this next system. And I do think there's a possibility that we see them lean more into DLCs and adding to the longevity of these games, just like we saw with Smash Brothers and with Mario Kart. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen, and we'll see you in the next one.